Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Welcome to day 55.
555.
You betcha. You notice? We're not. Yeah, that didn't work. You notice we're not at home. We actually got out of the house.
Yes.
And we can sit and have coffee in this beautiful place. I just love this place.
Where are we?
We are at the Herdt's in Barrhead. It's a greenhouse.
The Herdt Gardens.
Yeah, and they have like places to sit and have coffee. They've got a bakery in here. Oh yeah, guys, they've got a bakery in here. And
yes, as we do a carnivore video.
And
on an allergy channel.
It's a beautiful place.
Yes.
So if you're ever around Barrhead, Alberta, Canada, and come on down, Geraldine. We'll have coffee. And Mary and these guys from like everywhere. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful place. And so we're gonna.
Smells good.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna. That's all you ever do is smell coffee.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is. Oh, again. There we go.
We even brought the timer today.
Hey, what do you know? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna like do a part 2 of our part 1 of We Love Animals.
Do carnivores hate animals?
Yeah, yeah. And it's about
It's gonna be basically life stories of what we've done as a farmer and farm hands.
And what is it called? It is called they don't call them farm hands now. They don't call them.
We're cow comforters.
There you go. But you didn't know we have a title.
Yeah, we got that from a commercial for milk.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cow comforter, and I'm like, what is a cow comforter? And you know what a cow comforter is? It's a dude that beds down cattle and shovels. Boop. That's what
I'm a cow comforter.
He's a cow comforter. So there you go.
So, and as a cow comforter, we bed down every 2 days.
Yeah, and if it's cold, a lot more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Been out, normally out every 2 days, sometimes every day. Giving food and making sure they have food and bedding.
And water.
And water. Make sure their water hasn't frozen as it did last week.
Yeah.
Or a week before.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, you know, to hit an animal, you wouldn't look after it.
Yeah.
And I mean, these guys were out, and it was minus
40.
And plus, like, colder with the wind chill and stuff.
Yeah.
It was so bad. And these guys spent so much time outside trying to get the water going for the cattle. And
I did learn one thing weird about me.
What?
When I get cold, I get warm.
Yeah, he's really weird that way. Like, I get cold and I freeze and I hurt.
Yeah.
And I just get colder and colder.
My hands hurt too. And then they get warm. And then they get back to normal.
Yeah, he's really strange that way. Because mine, like, they just get cold and then they get colder and then I can't warm them up. They don't warm up.
Mine warm up?
Yeah. You're young. Give it time. So another thing that we learned is when it's minus like 40 something, you can't take a garden hose and unravel it because it snaps like a twig.
Yeah. So we lost a garden hose this winter.
Yeah. But so different things that have happened. I remember when I was helping Mom and Dad the one time. This was way before you started.
Okay.
I was the one that looked after the calf. I took the calf. Dad was watching the cow, and Mom was there. She was like helping us too, and I had the calf, and we were going, and it had snowed and froze, and then it thawed, and then it froze and then thawed, froze and thawed. So you're walking in like ankle deep, or a little bit deeper of muck. We explained what muck was in the last video. So we're walking in that, and I had the calf, and Dad's watching the cow, and he's yelling behind me to make sure the cow stays back. And the calf went, and I slipped on this muck, and I nailed my knee on the ice that was underneath it, and I broke the water sack, I think is what they called it, under my kneecap. And I'm laying there, and I let go of the calf, and Mom is yelling, "Don't let go of the calf, hold the calf," and I'm like in major pain. like almost face planting in the muck because my knee is down, and I looked at her and I
Let go?
like when the calf could do whatever he wanted to do. And oh man, I was on crutches for
That was bad.
a while.
I still
after
remember that day.
Yeah, crutches. That was not good. So that was probably close to the end of.
That was one of your
me
last
helping.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because from then on, you really couldn't walk.
Yeah. So it was. Yeah.
That was probably when
fun.
I started being taught how to handle cows.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And so along with with the cattle and stuff also comes fencing.
Yeah.
So like I don't think I've ever gone out fencing.
No?
I don't think much. If it
It
was,
was
it was a
mostly
little
him.
bit. It was mostly Dad. You went out fencing a couple of years ago?
Yeah. A couple of years ago.
So funny.
And now you have to make sure the fences are good so the cows don't break out, get on the road, get hit by a car. And so we're checking the fence through bush and through sloughs. And I end up misstepping, and it's a slough. And there's a lot
of water.
There's a lot of water there, and you can't see where the bottom is. The water is, and my foot goes in, and up to my knee. I take my other foot and I try to push myself out, and that foot and my other foot slipped in, so I end up with both feet knee deep in water pouring into my boots.
And what was right beside you?
A hornet's nest.
Yeah. How to get out of that one?
Yeah. And it was like a couple feet away from me was this hornet's nest, just going in and out and in and out. And
well, the funny thing is, all of a sudden I hear the horn, and Dad comes and he says, "Your son." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Come here." And the back of the truck was open because he was not letting him in the front.
And it was stagnant water too, so it stunk.
I got a picture in the back of the truck. He's like soaked, and he's like not impressed.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And it wasn't even like a hole. It was more like a hole. So my foot went whoop.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I do have to correct our last episode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now I believe I said that I was charged for about
12 feet.
12
or something.
feet?
10 feet, 12 feet or something. You said, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently we were talking about it with
With Dad.
Granddad, and it wasn't 12 feet. I'm horrible at measurements already, so
Well, you were also in panic.
panic and adrenaline, and
Yeah.
apparently I was charged about around 40 to 50 feet.
Yeah. So it felt like 12 feet.
It probably took me 12 strides.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the worst one. I pray that doesn't happen again this year.
Yeah. And with winter leaving, spring around the corner.
It's going to be time soon.
Yeah.
So another thing that happened to me was this was still like way before I got married, and so I was a teenager and stuff, and we're out there, and it was probably summer, and one of the calves needed a shot or something. I don't even remember what it was, and we went and we're like in the middle of the field. Now we usually don't do this where all the cows can get at you, because as soon as a calf bellers, they're like on you like yesterday's, you know.
Okay, you first.
Okay, so then we're sitting there, and I was pretty strong back then, and so I'm like, okay, I'm the one I'll hold the calf, no big deal, right? So I got this calf, and I had him, and Dad was working on him, and then all of a sudden the calf decided to get up, and he stepped on like mid-thigh with his little flippin' hoof, and slid down my leg, so I had this hoof bruise going all the way down my leg from his little stinky hoof. I held him though.
Yeah?
I held him, but ooh, did that hurt.
Yeah. I have some strategies when it comes to working with cattle.
He is hilarious.
Now,
He is so smart, man. I wish I'd have done this.
you hear me bellowing. You've heard me moo quite often on this channel already.
Yeah.
And when I moo like this, Every
Do
cow
not
with a
stand
calf
around him.
comes. Every cow with a calf will come.
Yeah.
They are really convinced that I am their calf.
Oh yeah, we're looking for a calf, and he starts bellowing. All these dumb cows start running towards us. I'm like, seriously, I'm out of here if you keep doing this.
When we have the calf, and the cow decides to give up on the calf and just take off across the field, I do that, and the cow will return. A good portion of the time.
But to move a calf, so we've showed you a picture of him carrying one, I think.
Yes.
I know I put it up somewhere.
It is on the video.
Okay, so he's carried them.
I'm
I've
not that
carried
strong
them.
anymore. I cannot carry a calf like that anymore.
Well, I mean, these are young ones too, okay? Now remember, these are guys that are like
And I was
just
boxing.
born. Yeah. Well, you could probably do a pretty good job, but I mean, they're heavy. But I've done it too. You get behind them, you push them. They lock their legs.
It's like trying to push a mule.
They lock their little front legs, and it's seriously, it's like you're pushing a donkey, and he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So then you kind of like try to pull him. That
Yep.
doesn't work great either. But he's got these cool ways of doing it with
Yeah.
a calf, and the calves don't get hurt.
Nope.
They're safe,
Yeah.
you know, because the last thing you want to do is hurt a calf.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we do have is a big winter sleigh,
Yeah.
and we've put the
Whenever
calf.
they're really weak.
Yeah, we've put the calves on the back of the winter sleigh, and we've pulled them across the fields and stuff. And the calf is like, "Yeah, okay, I'm here."
Yeah.
That's
just-
only with a tame cow.
Yes.
It's only with a cow that ain't gonna kill you, because then she's walking behind.
Yeah.
She's keeping an eye on him. Like she's not gonna go after you, so that's not so bad.
Yeah.
But you gotta tell me the way.
My way, I go and I, with a calf, now it's hardest to push a calf forward. So, go against the grain, go with the grain. Push them backward.
Yeah.
I wrap my arm around their head like this, so their head's under my arm, and I push them backward.
Yeah. And he moves them. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And when
no, man, I wish I'd have known that.
but they're slippery.
Yeah.
They get their head out, and then before they can go around me, it just flip my arm around.
Oh yeah.
So then I have them this way, and keep pushing them back.
Pushing them and pulling them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is
And using my legs as a head gate.
That's so cool. That is the neatest thing I've ever seen, is when he does that.
When
I don't even know if we have a picture of that.
I don't think so.
I gotta get one this year.
Yeah. What we do is we need to the calves need ear tags. They need government tags. They get shots.
Yeah, right at the beginning. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to get them into the barns and stuff.
So that, and then they can go with their cows again.
Yeah. Yeah, they spend all the time. These guys spend their life with their mom until they're old
In the
enough
field.
to be weaned. Because someone mentioned to me, well, we take the calves away. We don't.
No.
These are beef cattle. They stay their life with mom
Yeah. Until they're old enough.
to be weaned, and then
Yeah.
then they're sold.
And then there's other problems if you don't wean them, and then they end up with another calf.
Yeah, no, they steal the milk, and it's just bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's been in the pen. I've been charged by these little guys too.
Yeah.
Some of them, they just bellow at the top of their lungs, and then they run for you. I don't care how young and how little and how cute they are. You're gonna scream and run the other way or climb a fence, because when they hit you, it hurts.
Yep.
And when he's coming before with like bruises on his knees and stuff,
Yeah.
from where he's gotten kicked and Dad's gotten kicked. And,
I've had sometimes our last ones, mainly the last calf of the year, we just don't do for some reason.
Well,
until they're like twice the size or 3 times the size. And I have to admit,
which
it is-
actually means 2 or 3 weeks is actually what that.
Okay, and we're back. Battery. So, the story's out of my head.
Okay, well,
What was that?
we've got a barn pen, and you have to get the calf up into a little triangular
Oh, right.
pen, and then
Yeah.
that's where they work on them.
Yeah,
So you've got him and Dad in the triangular pen with the calf.
yeah.
Things can get hairy sometimes, but you can hear that calf sometimes say, like crazy, like they're being murdered.
Yeah.
And you're just standing there looking at them, you haven't even touched them yet.
Yeah.
And there's other times
That
you
they're
can
so
do so
passive.
much stuff to them and they don't even flinch.
Yeah.
They're tough little babies.
So, yeah, and you just, I go, if they're too wild or violent,
They
Then-
can be.
then I climb over the fence, and then I'm standing with their head between my legs,
Holding it.
holding them. So it's kind of like a head gate.
Yeah.
And it keeps them from moving forward, moving back, and they're kind of unable to fight what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed this.
Yeah. One thing we gotta say.
What?
One of the greatest things about late night calf checking.
Seriously.
One of the most beautiful things.
Man, if you can ever be somewhere where there's no city lights and there's no distraction and stuff. It was probably my favorite thing of being on the farm.
Yeah.
Just looking up and seeing millions upon millions of stars. It is breathtaking.
Yeah.
It makes you know we aren't anything. You know,
Yeah.
Jehovah created
It
all
feels
this.
so small.
Yeah. And he's created all this. And you just sit there and you look up and it's like, thank you. You know.
And it makes you really appreciate the farm and the life that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You look up and you love everything.
Yeah. Oh man, I've sat out
No matter
in
how
the
tired
snow.
and miserable you feel, it's just so beautiful to look up at that sky.
Yeah, I've sat out in the snow and just stared at the sky, like on a cow check and stuff, because it's just breathtaking. So, hope you enjoyed this, and we'll do probably one or two more of these in the next 50 or 40 some
Plus
days.
49 days.
Yeah.
45 days.
So hopefully you'll be able to go
Not
for
49.
hopefully we'll be able to go for coffee somewhere.
Yeah.
For another one. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.